gotcha.
A dramatic conclusion to one of the most exciting episodes of Dread Zone I have ever seen. Captain Starshield, the #1 ranked gladiator, has been terminated by Ace Hardlight. Ace has now eliminated a record 13 contestants in the regular season.
Incoming call from the mayor of Metropolis. The new mayor of Metropolis.
Oh, you mean, right. Just a sec. Greetings, Mayor. No. Well, long time no see. So Metropolis still in one piece, huh?
Greetings, Captain. I see you're taking good care of my old ship.
Well, she needs a lot of tuning up, but I've kept her running.
Of course. Anyway, I'm afraid I bring bad news. As you know, Captain Starshield disappeared over a month ago. I've just been informed that he's been killed.
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, what happened?
Apparently he was involved with some kind of illegal combat sport, something called Dread Zone. We believe it was being run by this man, Gleeman Vox. He operates an underground media empire from within the Shadow Sector.
The Shadow Sector?
It's a lawless region of space on the fringe of the galaxy. Many other heroes have disappeared recently, and we fear that they might have met with the same fate. Ratchet, I just wanted to warn you before...
Unidentified craft approaching.
Are you the Lombax known as Ratchet?
I don't suppose you guys are here to fix the starboard engine, huh?
Yeah?
We've captured Subject 209, Mr. Vox.
Excellent. Bring him in.
Yes, sir. We caught 2 strays in the process. Should we terminate them?
Give him collars and see if you can get some work out of them first.
Hello? Hello in there? Can you hear me? You've been unconscious for hours. You're probably a little disoriented. How many fingers am I holding up? Whoops. Looks like we've got a feedback loop in the visual matrix processor. Hold still a second. How's that? Okay, now to activate your speech function.
Me out of this thing, you blarg-headed frack monkey! I can barely breathe and my tail feels like it's shoved right up my...
There seems to be a problem with the speech circuitry. I'll take a look at it later. Now hold still. Let's just see if I wired that teleportation circuitry right. The new armor you're wearing is standard issue for new contestants.
Contestants?
We will explain later. If you do not complete the qualification course in the allotted time, we will all be terminated. We must calibrate your battlesuit's targeting matrix. First, look over at the holo-target on your left. Turn to face the holo-target on the right, then fire. Good. Now shoot the holo-target above you.
All right, Ratchet. Your movement circuit should be in working order now. Try getting to the top of that ledge.
You will need to double jump to reach that ledge. I am transmitting a digital mini-map representation of the area. Can you see it? The mini-map will show you the positions of nearby enemies. I am reading 3 more holo-targets in your vicinity. Good, Ratchet. There should be a teleporter nearby that will take you to the next stage of the qualification course.
Greetings, hero, and welcome to Dread Zone. Rest assured, you are now far beyond the reach of hope. There will be no rescues, no pardons, no possibility of escape. You are now a contestant on the greatest television program that Galaxy has ever known. A celebrity gladiator battling for the pleasure of 1 billion screaming fans across the Shadow Sector and beyond. Chances are you'll be dead by tomorrow. But those of you who play the game with skill and strategy will earn a chance to win your freedom. So, good luck, hero. We'll be watching you.
Ratchet, I have figured out a way to get information to you without Vox knowing. Pay attention to secret messages at the bottom of your screen. At the top of your screen is the experience bar. As you destroy enemies, you gain experience. When the bar is full, you will gain a level, and your nanotech will increase. Hold triangle and use the left analog stick or the right analog stick to select any weapon.
Note the deadlock collar securely fastened around your neck. This collar cannot be broken or removed. Should you stray into any restricted area, the collar will administer an extremely painful shock. Observe.
I hate this job.
Should a contestant become uncooperative or worse, boring, his or her collar can be detonated at any time with the push of a button. Well, there you have it. Nothing to lose your head over, right?
Congratulations, Ratchet. You made it through the qualification course. Check your map. There should be a teleporter nearby. Use the teleporter to meet me back at our Dread Zone containment area.
Wow, this place is crazy. I've always wondered what it'd be like to be a professional gladiator. I mean, these guys have the life, the fame, the money, the babes.
Try not to forget that we are being held prisoner by a criminal organization. This is no time for fantasizing. Ratchet, you should go find Al. I have marked his location on your map. I think he has something to show you. Ratchet, have you visited Al yet?
Welcome to the Quasar 0115 Gladiator Ranking Station.
have something to show you. Meet your new battle bots.
Call me Merc. This here's Green.
Hi, sir.
I got them off a former contestant who, won't be needing them anymore.
Don't worry, boss. You won't end up like that last guy.
I hope not. I still have nightmares about it.
Oh, suck it up, Green.
Once you win a few battles, we can afford to upgrade them. Just come and see me whenever you want to juice them up.
You ever been in country? You know, seen combat?
Me? Yeah, before I came here, I saw a little action.
Hey, nice digs.
Digs?
I mean, what's all the hardware for?
They call this the mission control room. Each contestant is assigned a mission engineer to monitor their progress.
Right. So, what's-his-face figured he'd save a few bolts and make you do it.
All right, fresh meat. Enough chit-chat. You're next up in the Battle Dome, after Mobius Man. And from the way he's fighting, it won't be much longer. Now move it!
Ratchet, I will assist you any way I can.
Thanks, Clank. These guys obviously don't know who they're messing with.
Attention Hero. Report to the Battle Dome transport shuttle immediately. Failure to comply will result in termination. Attention Hero. Report. Greetings, hero or heroine. We thank you for choosing Vox Airways for your traveling needs. We do hope you have a pleasant flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our in-flight entertainment, courtesy of the Vox Network.
Something you should know. I'm not a real tyrannoid.
Will you lose your lunch if you have to watch one more reality dating show? Is your blogs gone wild, video scratched from overuse? Then it's time to turn that dial to something a little more dangerous. Time for some real action. It's time to blow it up! That's right, it's time for Dread Zone, the galaxy's #1 uncensored, unethical, and completely underground combat sport. Blasting straight at you, live from the Battle Dome. And now, on pay-per-view, watch as Ratchet and Clank take on Ace Hardlight and the Exterminators. They save the galaxy 3 times over, but how long can they survive in the zone? Catch it live, right here, on Vox.
Oh, and that is it for Mobius Man, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Eviscerator's 4th victim already this season. Next up, we have, let's see here, Ratchet? Yeah, I never heard of him. Well, he's probably just intermission material, folks, but don't worry, we have Grey Thunder and Hydro Girl coming up later, so stay tuned to Dread Zone. Well, here he is. He's a little guy, isn't he? Well, don't bother getting up for drinks, folks. This guy won't last 2 rounds.
We'll see.
Dread Zone fans, this is it. Let's introduce our first contestant. He's a Lombax. He spent time in prison. He hates candy and children. Let's hear it for Ratchet and Team Darkstar.
Uh-oh. I guess I didn't calibrate that bot correctly. Go ahead and press the down directional button to initiate the auto repair sequence. You can do this anytime a bot becomes too damaged to continue. You can press the down directional button at any time to make your bots regroup to your position. Incoming fire. The Dread Zone bots have heavy firepower, but they are not good at hitting moving targets. Dread Zone challenges sometimes use bolt cranks to activate devices or lower force fields. But be careful, Ratchet. The bolt... My scanners show an extremely deadly 70mm stalker turret ahead of you. You need to get behind cover immediately. The shields on that turret are impenetrable. You will have to use an EMP to take them down. Command your bot to toss out an EMP by pressing the left directional button. Excellent work, Ratchet. Now that you have survived the qualification course, you will be allowed to join us back at our containment area.
Let's keep this quick, Box.
Oh, well, far be it from me to keep the superstar exterminator from his busy social schedule. I just have one question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Would you like to buy an Ace Hardlight video game? How about an Ace Hardlight lunchbox? Action figures, movie rights, collectible trading cards? Ace Hardlight is the perfectly manufactured celebrity, straight from the presses of the Gleeman Vox Media empire. So tell me, why is it that I can't give this stuff away?
Well,
Don't answer that. Let me take a wild guess. It's because my fans can't stand Ace Hardlight! He's a pompous with the charisma of blogging nut cheese!
So, what are you saying, exactly?
Zip it, Wonder Boy! The little Billies and Susies of the world are spending 1 trillion bolts a day on worthless swag, and I'm completely cut out of the market! Either you start selling this junk, or I'll find someone who will! Now get out of my sight!
Ratchet, you need to choose where you are going. This is the weapon screen. Here, you can select any weapon you own and modify it. To modify a weapon, select the weapon you want and press X. You will see at the top of the screen the weapons which are available, with the statistics of the weapon just below. Each weapon can equip a powerful Omega modification. These black...
Well, I've seen it 25 times and I still don't get it. With all the numbers and the kicking and the guys in suits.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. It's time to kill or be killed in the Annihilator round. Ratchet must survive under relentless attack from wave after wave of lethal enemies.
Defeating enemies automatically upgrades your Dread Zone weaponry and improves your maximum nanotech level.
Sometimes I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan. time to get silent but deadly.
Open a window!
Don't get excited, Juanita. I'm talking about the gas round, where Ratchet must defeat all the enemies before the toxic fumes snuff him out.
Fox has designed his weapons to gain experience as you use them, which allows them to be upgraded. Upgraded weapons not only do more damage, but can be modified.
Oh, baby, I love that smell. You know, sometimes I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan. It's a beautiful spring day on Catacrom 4, Juanita, as we kick off a brand new season of Dread Zone.
That's right, Dallas, and we're lucky enough to have a bird's eye view of the action.
Even from up here, this season's Dread Zone battle courses look bigger and deadlier than ever.
It's a wonder contestants keep volunteering, isn't it?
That's a good one. Oh, yeah. The Vox construction team really outdid themselves in turning this once sacred robotic burial ground into a deadly Dread Zone battle course.
And look, here comes today's first contestant. Oh my, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel to find these guys, aren't they? I hope you folks at home aren't too squeamish, because the next one looks like a bleeder.
Ratchet's first objective is a gimme, Juanita. All he has to do is make his way to the other side of this mountain pass. Sometimes I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan.
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Team Darkstar continues toward the Catacrom Burial Dome, they'll need to cross what I like to call the chasm of endless falling and eventual dying. In the unlikely event that they survive, they'll take control of the big, bad, and burly walking armored tank called the Landstalker. Good luck, kids.
Ratchet, you will have to capture all 3 nodes to extend the bridge. Ratchet. According to Dread Zone show requirements, enemies appear red on the radar. Allies appear green. Challenge objectives appear blue.
You know, sometimes I think I could have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan. Here's a chilling thought. Team Darkstar is walking on top of a giant robot burial ground.
Zone show requirements. Enemies appear red on the radar. Allies appear green. Challenge objectives appear blue. Command your bot.
Why work up a sweat-turning crank when you can order your bots to do it for you?
Expand your map at any time to get a better view of the area. time to get a better view of the area.
You know, sometimes I think I could have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan.
Unlocks a new alpha modification slot for you to use. Ratchet, I am detecting a swing shot orb ahead. Jump towards it and hold down the fire button. Your swing shot will deploy automatically and carry you across the gap.
What do you know, folks? Ratchet has found the Landstalker! This all-terrain mech of destruction comes fully loaded with power steering, AC, jumbo-sized drink holders, and enough plasma mortars to take out a small star system. Team Darkstar's not out for a Sunday drive today, folks. They'll be blazing a trail right into the center of the Catacrom Burial Dome.
Ratchet, you will have to use the Landstalker's mortars to destroy those quasar orbs. That should clear the way. Mortars to destroy those quasar orbs. That should clear the way.
You know, sometimes I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan.
Your bots accumulate attack power each time they take a hit or deal damage. When the power meter reaches full, you can order them to deliver a devastating special attack.
Team Darkstar is breaking this place apart! We are loving this carnage, folks. But it's time for the final showdown in the Catacrom Burial Dome. There's no telling what lurks inside these walls.
Ratchet, you must defeat all your opponents in order to complete this challenge. In other words, stay alive.
They're coming up from the ground!
I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan.
Hey, Green! That zombie looks like your mom!
Ratchet, I must admit, I was worried. Well done, Ratchet. You have completed your first Dread Zone campaign and won a medal. You have also unlocked a new set of objectives called Dread Challenge.
Ratchet will race to beat the clock. Each checkpoint he passes will earn him a few extra seconds. Team Darkstar, get ready to race!
Your status on Dread Zone now allows...
It's time to hop into the Landstalker. Take out as many enemies as you can.
An alpha mod can only be equipped onto a single weapon at a time. You will need to add and remove the mods in order to put them onto different weapons. Select a weapon. Scroll down to the alpha upgrade.
This is a Dread Zone.
Select any Omega mod which is available for that weapon, and then press X to equip it. That Omega mod will now always work with that weapon until you change it or take it off. Use it wisely. Multiple Alpha mods of the same type can be equipped on the same weapon. Once you have purchased a new Omega mod, it can be equipped if your weapon supports it. Remember, some weapons are not compatible with certain Omega mods. A pool of available upgrades for each weapon will appear above the bottom row of upgrades. You can unequip an Alpha mod at any time and place it back into the Alpha mod pool. Vox has designed his weapons to gain experience as you use them, which allows them to be upgraded. Upgraded weapons not only do more damage,
Own favorite. Our contestant will have to destroy 3 ancient statues all in a matter of minutes. You gotta love it.
Challenges can be completed in any order once they are unlocked.
I attack you with a spider tank, power level 5. I defend with level 6 lawn ninja. Sucker! You fell right into my trap. You're exterminated. No, Yo, reactor, slap me some skin.
That's right, kids. Exterminator trading cards are here. There's Reactor, Shell Shock, the Eviscerator, and your favorite exterminator, Ace Hardlight. Collect them all and exterminate your friends today.
Welcome back, Dread Zone fans. Have we got a show for you? On today's episode, Team Darkstar has been dropped onto the hellish alien world of Serapos. Their ultimate goal, destroy a monstrous alien creature known as the King Leviathan. And take it from me, people, monstrous is putting it nicely.
Ratchet, there is a combat arena up ahead. That is your first objective. Be careful. The outside is heavily guarded.
Into one of those orb locks. What is this sneaky Lombax doing behind the arena? This could be nothing. It's nothing. He's getting ammo. Now, let's find out what's waiting for them on the other side. swamp is up next. Oh, I love this part. That was a close one. One false move and those alien suckers will be eating your head for lunch.
My mother used to serve Lomax brains for breakfast with eggs and salsa. Muy bueno.
Yikes! Remind me never to eat at your house.
Falling asleep on you. Pay attention this time. Come on! I need to blow something up.
double swing shot. I cannot bear to look.
Let's get out of this swamp before I start rusting up!
In order to advance to the Leviathan Lair, Team Darkstar must capture 3 control nodes. Darkstar only needs to capture 2 more nodes.
vehicle pad at any time to repair vehicle damage.
the final moments before the epic showdown with the King Leviathan, Team Darkstar must hack all the orbs to wake up that big fella. Happy hunting!
I am breathless with anticipation.
Sure you're not just breathless because you get to sit up here next to me?
No, but that does explain why I'm feeling nauseous.
Ratchet, if you want to gain more experience or earn more bolts, you can return to any challenge you have already completed.
Time for an adrenaline-charged hover bike race! Ratchet's racing to beat the clock. Each checkpoint he passes earns him a few extra seconds. Gentlemen, start your engines! Red Zone has unleashed an angry pack of Leviathans for Team Darkstar to battle. They'll have to destroy them all before time runs out. Ratchet can pull this one out, I will shave this gorgeous head of hair.
Right. Like that rug is really attached to your head.
Excuse me, Miss Smarty Pants. This is not a wig. Here, take a great pull. Here. Now tell me that doesn't feel natural.
Nice. It's amazing what they can do with hair plugs these days.
The Landstalker's stick or auto? live tonight from the planet of Kronos, where Commander Shellshock and his army have taken over the city and don't like visitors. Ratchet will fight to keep Team Darkstar alive, while Clink tries not to get him lost. What? Clink? Clank? Oh, Clank, that's what I said. Well, it doesn't matter, because Team Darkstar is about to become Team Deadstar. Will they survive long enough to enter the foreboding Dark Cathedral? If so, Shellshock will be there to finish them off for good. Place your...
The cathedral is completely locked down, but I have found a weakness. 2 giant spotlights lie dormant nearby. If you activate them, their beams will trigger a solar sensor on the temple and unlock the door. According to my nav grid, the spotlights are in separate sections of the city. Good luck, Ratchet. Fusion rifles are a good long-range weapon which can be zoomed in to accurately shoot enemies from far away.
I'm getting old. Battle's taking its toll on me. My joints are weak, my command line interface is buggy, I pull my armor up way too high, and the oil I use in my servos gives me gas.
moving and jumping side to side to avoid incoming fire. The Dread Zone bots have heavy firepower, but they are not good at hitting moving targets. Your bots can also launch grind cables. Your bots can also launch... Jump onto the grind rail to traverse this gap.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one, the only, Shell Shock!
Come on, little furry man. Time to die. Put this one like this honorable discharge. Come on, I need to blow something up. Initiate annihilation program. I put this one like this honorable discharge.
Ratchet, keep moving and jumping side to side to avoid incoming fire. The Dread Zone bots have heavy firepower, but they are not good at hitting moving targets.
Team Darkstar must now traverse a grind rail suspended hundreds of feet above the water. Is that even safe? Of course it's not! This is Dread Zone, baby!
one spot to use the hollow shield launcher. Jump onto the grind rail to traverse this gap. You can switch rails by jumping towards a nearby rail. Onto the grind rail to traverse this gap. You can switch rails by jumping towards a nearby rail.
Run, Ratchet, run! The action's heating up as Team Darkstar lights up the spotlights that will unlock the Dark Cathedral of Kronos. A treacherous path lies ahead as Dread Zone's deadliest warriors will be waiting to ambush them. Oh, baby, I love this job.
Ratchet, there is a magnetic lift up ahead. It will take you up the road that leads to the next stadium.
Do you read Chaucer?
Whoever said getting into that cathedral was easy? I did? Well, that was then and this is now, huh? Team Darkstar will have to fight their way through a series of increasingly deadly arenas. Bet they didn't see that coming.
As you know, Shellshock's brain was destroyed by a cruise missile in the Obani Moon War. His brain was later replaced with an AI chip taken from a coffin machine. As a result, he is totally impervious to pain.
Darkstar is on the final stretch. This road leads right to the gates of the Dark Cathedral of Kronos, but it's chock full of twists, turns, and baddies that'll make your mother weep. Let's go to the action!
is our only option, sir.
I guess this is a bad time to mention that I'm afraid of heights.
We need to get across that gap, sir! Permission to deploy a grind rail!
Team Darkstar has made it inside the Dark Cathedral of Kronos. It's cold, it's dank, it's scary. It's just like my ex-wife. Take a good long last look at Team Darkstar, folks, because shell shock is about to plaster them all over these cathedral walls.
I call this one my dishonorable discharge.
Did you know that Shell Shock was recently named the sexiest robot alive by Hans magazine?
Initiate! Terminating with extreme prejudice! I will clean my armor with your face!
Requesting medic!
Initiate annihilation program! I will clean my armor with your face! My goodness was like dishonorable discharge!
Run, Ratchet, run!
Initiate annihilation program! I will clean my armor with your face! I call this one my dishonorable discharge!
Look at those idiots cheering! 6 million bolts of hardware down the drain, and those ingrates are celebrating like I won the freaking lottery!
Remind me why I put up with these morons.
Who else would watch Vox News? Temptation Asteroid? Galaxy's Funniest Decapitations?
Yeah.
Queer Eye for the Tyrannoid?
I get it. Seems we've underestimated our Lumbach's friend.
You got lucky. Shell Shock was too slow and too stupid to be an exterminator. He should have been retired years ago.
Well, he's retired now. Ratchet, however... he just may be useful. He's even more popular than you were back in your heroic youth. Come to think of it, he even reminds me of you.
I said he got lucky. His luck won't last forever.
Ratchet, keep hacking the security orbs, or the arena walls will collapse on top of you. And watch your back. Dread Zone will send wave after wave of enemies in your direction.
Challenge brings us back to the days of classic arena combat. An old-fashioned arena deathmatch, just like Mom used to make.
Clank, did you see me out there against that shell shock guy? Yeah, I saw. Oh, yeah.
You worry me, Ratchet.
Come on, Clank. Can't I just enjoy the moment?
Do you realize how many other heroes they have killed? Here, watch this.
And now for a Vox News action update.
The new season of Dread Zone is underway and on pace to break ratings records once again. This year's contestants include the notorious mafia crime boss known as Ratchet, seen here at his Mokhtar estate.
And to think that other networks actually call him a hero.
It's truly sad, Dallas. Other notable contestants include Ratchet's ruthless robotic accomplice, Clank.
I never did like the look of him, Juanita.
I'm just glad he's off the streets, Dallas. And lucky for us, the Vox All-Star Exterminator crew is headed once again by five-time grand champion Ace Hardlight. Last season, Ace shocked the galaxy by terminating a record 13 contestants, including Captain Starshield, the Brown Ranger, and Mad Monkey McKnight.
Dread Zone's 6 trillion fans are in for some unbelievable action over the coming weeks.
They certainly are, Dallas.
Yeah, I remember hearing about Ace Hardlight when I was a kid. He was this famous hero who disappeared.
That must have been someone else. Why would a hero kill other heroes for money?
Not money, Tin Man. Fun.
I do not understand.
You traitor! Do you think this is some kind of game?
That's exactly what it is, Furball. And you're going to be the star of my highlight reel. I'll see you soon, Lombax.
Hey, Ratchet. I know you're busy with the fighting and the jumping and the hurting, but I have a new bot upgrade for you.
The action is hot in the Battle Dome as Ratchet takes on the Avenger Tournament. If he can survive this grueling series of challenges, he will earn the rank of Avenger. Get ready for the speed round. Oh, the humanity. Dome is shaking with excitement. Get ready to watch Team Darkstar fight for survival as they make their way to the Tower of Power. Ratchet, run! climb to the top of the terribly tubular Tower of Power! Ratchet has reached the top of the Tower of Power. He may be the first contestant to do so in the history of Dread Zone. Juanita, what do you think about that? We now have a new Avenger. After making his fortune selling cigarettes to children, Ratchet went on to pilot a tanker ship for Zexon.
A week later, Ratchet got drunk and crashed his tanker into the ocean world of Equados. Who can forget these graphic images of baby seals smothered in radioactive waste?
Ah!
Little Coco never had a chance.
How could you? What did little Coco ever do to you?
What?
Al, how can you believe these ridiculous lies?
No. I was just, Come
on, guys. We need to get out of here before we all wind up dead. What's the plan?
I have been chatting with a tech droid on the operations level. She may be able to provide the blueprints for these deadlock collars.
That's great!
But we must be very careful. Vox has eyes everywhere.
My favorite comic is a rare.
challenge mode is downright nasty, Juanita. Our contestant must destroy every enemy without getting so much as a scratch. Mode is downright nasty, Juanita. Our contestant must destroy every enemy without getting so much as a scratch.
Ratchet?
The Butcher of Bogon has his work cut out for him this time, Juanita. He starts the round with only a wrench for protection.
Run!